Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Good morning, farmers. Yep, you can see the money going up because we hired a worker to harvest a field. No, it's not one of the fields up by Oliver. Those fields are not ready. That's the one way over on the eastern side of the map. That little, what was it, 0.6 hectare field. I sure as heck wasn't driving my harvester way down there to harvest that little field for the little amount we're going to get. So I hired a worker to harvest that for 110 bucks, I think it was. And he's already made a couple grand over there harvesting that field. So since those fields up by Oliver are not ready today, we're not going to be doing no harvesting today. Well, we're not harvesting, our worker is. But we got enough to do. We got to plow those two fields and then reattach the cultivator and try to cultivate them as well. That's going to be a big chore. I don't think I'll get it all done in one day, but we'll get most of it done. But I'm just happy no more soy. At least not for this year. That production of soy was terrible. But I kind of knew it would be. I just didn't think it was going to be that bad. It's a little depressing, kind of. But we got what we got out of it. We still made a profit. You know, we take consideration by what you paid for seed and fuel and fertilizer. Yeah, we still made a profit, but not a great profit. But we're working on this field here, and soon this will be ready for mid-September. Actually, what I could do is I could start fertilizing some of these fields as well. But I always like to seed first for some reason. I don't know why. But it is nice to see the money go up, having a worker over there. He's getting more money out of that field than I thought. But it is canola. But it's not fertilized or anything. It's just plowed and cultivated. And he's pretty much already approaching getting $4,000 out of it. Only 2 transport jobs available today, so don't see me doing that anytime soon. I think it's going to be all work in those 2 fields to our left right now, once we get done with this. How we doing on fuel? So yeah, we're not too bad on fuel. If we need it, farm's not too far over the hill. But I don't see us going through 60% fuel today. How's the weather? The weather still looking good. No rain in sight. Just have to keep my eye on that, because if we have fields that are ready to harvest, I want to harvest them all before the rain hits. I don't need one of those spells where I get like 4 days in a row of rain, and it has happened to me before. I could just sit here and watch that money go up all day long. I'm a more do-it-yourselfer, but every once in a while when you have someone else do work for you and you see other things getting done that you don't have to do, feels good, man. Feels real good. Especially when it's done right. I don't know how you can screw up over there, but you know, they are AI workers. You'll find a way to screw it up. But when it gets done, I'll hire someone to plow and cultivate it, because I'm not dragging my equipment all the way down there for that small field. In the future, if we ever get storage areas where I can store stuff down there in the southeast corner. Those are some nice fields down there, but that's a long ways away from the farm. There, our last pass in this field. We'll just drop off the cultivator right here, probably. May as well. At least get it out of the field in case I decide to fertilize it or something weird. Who knows? Alright, let's go hitch up the plow. And we'll get to work on those 2 fields there, which, let's see, it's already 8 o'clock. It's definitely going to take me until, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I would think. But then again, I'm not good at guessing times anymore. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bingo. Alright. So you gotta reverse the plow so I can get started. And away we go. So I mean, you add these 2 fields up. This is a pretty big field. This is what, 1 3/4, 1.65, and I think that one is just around 2. It's like 2.05 or 1.95, something like that. So I mean, you add them up. We'll just say it's like 3 3/4 hectare field, maybe. I really can't remember the size of these fields anymore. Let's see, what size is this field? Oh, so exactly 2, really, 2.01. So we'll just call it 2. So, you know, just a shy over 3.5. So we should be able to zoom right along with it, hopefully. I actually feel pretty good that those field up by Oliver are not ready to harvest. It makes me feel like we're gaining back up on our cycle. Although I did want to harvest some lupine today just to hopefully see a good harvest. But last time I did lupine, that yield wasn't that good either. So maybe I don't want to see the yield on lupine. But that little field in the southeast, well, mostly these corners, yielding better than I thought. Starting to approach a $7,000 profit down there, which is pretty good for a 0.6 hectare field. And I didn't fertilize it. Just keep watching the money go up. I'm watching the money go up more than I'm watching where I'm driving the tractor. Because the quest is, and the goal is, I don't think we're going to hit it, is can we reach 1 3/4 million by the end of the season? I don't even know. To me, it's like 50-50 because I really don't know if we can. I mean, we do have a lot of fields with lupine in them. We got the 7.5 hectare field down there to need to be harvested again. If it comes to it, I'll sell some food I got in the pantry. The wife can get to cooking all she wants. I'm not sure if there's a max limit to the food in the pantry, but it seems like even on a rainy day when she cooks all day, it doesn't seem like the numbers in the pantry go up. So I don't know if I'm maxed out on cheeseburgers, baked fish, and pizza. I think today summer has arrived where I live. It's going to be in the upper 80s, I think, today. Finally, well, I don't want to say I like warm days, but it's nice to have a nice hot day after the long winter we had. I know I'm saying this and we're in June. You're like, what are you talking about? We're in June. Haven't had summer really here just yet. Although I'm already realizing just a little bit into this video, I haven't talked that much and it's drying out my mouth quite a bit. Which is probably too much information for you. But you know what? There, you have it now. Wow, he's getting up to around $8,000 out of that field. I think he's coming to an end because the money's kind of like trickling in at this point. Must be trying to make tight circles down there. Yep, looks like he's just about done. But hey, that's that was more than I thought I was going to get out of it. If only that field was fertilized, I guess. Gotta love canola. I don't know about the color of this plow though, this like mustard color. It's like a golden brown mustard. Kind of blends into the stubble of the crop a little bit too much. So when we get done plowing these fields here, I'll probably bring the plow back to the farm and repaint it so it's ready to go when we do the fields up by Oliver's in a couple days. Or a day, I don't know. That may be next episode. Maybe those set of 4 fields up there should turn so I can harvest 2 fields and we'll plow 2 fields. That's kind of my plan. I'm starting to get just a little bit too excited about planting the canola for the winter. I'm waking up April 1st and seeing, what do we got, like 20, we'll have like 25 fields of canola just sitting there going, pick me, pick me, pick me. Now the only thing I don't know what I'll do is when the spring cleaning comes next year is, should we do all the harvesting ourselves, or should we hire like 4 harvesters at once harvesting a field while we harvest one? Just watch the money, like, I mean, you can just imagine 4 harvesters doing canola fields at once. How fast that money on the right would be going up. So I think that might be fun to watch one time. But I think what I'm going to do at this point is, you see me plow for a little while now. And as you can imagine, we're only, what are we on this field? Oh, we're already a quarter way through in this field, which is, you know, we're moving right along. But, yeah, you don't want to watch me plow this whole thing, because I'll make a long episode. So, let me leave you off here. You just wait 1 second, and I'll have this almost done. Wait for it. Wait for it. The very last strip to do, and we'll be done plowing for today. Did I get to 99%? Yes, we did. 99%. The bottom field's 99%. It's looking good. And I'm not paying attention where I'm going. But I'm not going to bother bringing the plow back to the farm at this point. I think I'm just going to bring it right up to Oliver's place. And we'll park it there because we'll need it. Oh, this is not a good place to pull up. Wow. Yeah, alright. Over the hill through the woods. Well, there's no woods, but there's a hill. There we go. Piece of cake. We'll park this right next to the harvester, which is over here. Yeah, I see it. I knew it was there. But we'll make sure we park it out of the way so when we harvest, we're not going to keep running into it. Here would be good. And, well, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. So it took a little longer than I thought. Thank you, scaffolding. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Anywho, let's get back in the tractor. Head on down. I'm going to hook up the cultivator. I'm going to do a little bit to get started. And I'll bring you back when, well, probably just before it starts to get a little bit dark. And see how far we have gotten. As the sun sets like it does every night. Just seemed awfully fast for today. Because... well, we kind of knew that we wouldn't get as far as finishing cultivating this field. But at least we got that far, right? The field's plowed, which is a big step out of the way. Or the fields are plowed. And we're actually getting some cultivating done, so that's a bonus. So hopefully we'll continue here for a little bit. And we'll get maybe like halfway done. I think that's the goal for now. Just so that when tomorrow rolls around, you know, we feel halfway done. I feel like we're almost there. And of course you can see I cultivate just outside the field where the plow marks were. Gotta make sure we get those out or the harvester is going to go bouncy bouncy. But next episode should be harvesting that lupine at Oliver's. Should be. I keep saying should be because who knows, I could wake up tomorrow and those fields may not be ready. Not that I expect any jobs from other farmers to be available as well, so if they're not ready I'll probably just skip the day, and I'm sure by the day after that they will be ready. So yeah, we're about a quarter of the way of where we need to be for today, basically. So we're 25% done. And it won't take us too long to get to that wonderful 50% in these both fields. And we're keeping up with the fields that we have, so we're not falling behind at all just yet. But that will all come to a crashing halt when that 7.5 hectare field is ready to be harvested, because we'll be spending days in that one. And that will probably push us behind then. But like, I don't think that field's going to be ready until mid-September anyway, so maybe not, I don't know. In theory, these fields that we have up here usually takes us a couple weeks to do. Yeah, so I'm not sure. So we'll just take it day by day, as you do in life. But always plan ahead. At least have a plan. Doesn't mean you have to stick to it. Because heck knows I don't on this series. We don't need the lights, but, you know, they're on a tractor, so let's pop them on. Yeah, so hopefully we get a good yield of lupine on the next 4 fields, and I can kind of start to see if our goal of 1.75 million by the end of the season is possible. I think the next 4 fields will tell us if we can or cannot. Only because lupine, the last lupine field I did didn't seem to yield too well. And those 4 fields up there are double fertilized, so we'll have to see how it goes up there. I'm hoping we can get 100 grand out of those 4 fields, but that's pushing it, I think. Maybe not. They're all decent sized fields except for the one in the bottom left hand corner. Right where we parked the harvester, I think it's only 1 hectare, but the other fields are pretty much around 2 hectares. Yeah, we got like 7 hectares of fields up there. So maybe. We shall find out. But that'll probably take a couple episodes, because when those fields are ready to harvest, like I said, I want to do harvest 2 fields at a time, and then we'll maybe plow the 2 fields, and the next day we'll harvest some more. It kind of breaks up the episode a little bit, instead of me just harvesting completely in one episode, then plowing, then cultivating all in one episode. Kind of break it up. Make it a little more entertaining, I think, for you and for myself. Yep, there's that evening haze kicking in. It's 7 o'clock in the evening already. I swear someone's hitting the fast forward button on that clock. I'd like to get up to 50% in both fields, so we're at 35% in this field. So probably 3 more trips around. If only we had a bigger cultivator. But it is what it is. Yeah, we'll have to come back at that little section there. For some reason when I go downhill, it doesn't register that I'm going over that land for some reason. Any other direction, if I go uphill it'll register, or sideways they'll register it. Although working these fields can be kind of fun because you get to watch the traffic. All the traffic seems, most of the traffic seems to be going left to right. But when they come down, someone gets stuck on that telephone pole. Must be 8 o'clock already. No, 7:30. Usually when it says you need some rest, that's usually like right around 8 o'clock. I mean, 7:30 is around 8 o'clock. But it mostly comes up right at 8 o'clock, it seems like. Usually I'd call it quits, but I said I want to get to 50%. So that way when we start the next episode, you know, at least halfway done with these fields, and it won't take too long to finish off these fields, and then we can start harvesting some lupine. Actually, I'm not even sure I can get to plowing in the next episode. So if I got to cultivate these fields to start the next episode and harvest 2 fields, that may take the whole day right there. But we'll try to get done what we can get done. That's all I can say. Like I said, you just have a plan and try to go with it and see if you can pull it off or not. How are we doing on fuel here? Down to 35%, so it's not bad. What I probably will have to do is when we get done cultivating this tomorrow, we'll see how far we are on fuel. I may just go fuel up anyways. I mean, we should have enough to finish cultivating this and transport grain from those 4 fields up to the sell point, because it's not that far at all. Well, we have reached our 50% goal for the day. This field will end up right around 57%. Maybe when I finish that strip. And this field here, I think, hopefully it's over 50 because I haven't checked it. Yeah, it's 53. So when we start tomorrow, it'll be less than half to do, which sounds good. Still a lot to do, but saying, you know, less than half to finish off just sounds better. And hopefully the fields up by Oliver's are ready to go. They look good. They should be ready to go. Why not? I mean, come on. Let's just finish off this little section right here. We'll park the tractor and cultivator off the field. Always park off the field. I don't know why. It's a habit of mine. Right there. We're actually lower it, take the weight off the back of the tractor for the night. Lights out. Make sure you pull your scaffolding out. Now for some reason I'm out of the tractor. It seems brighter than it was. Oh, maybe because the moon's starting to come up over the horizon. Well, let's get our exercise in for the day. We'll run back to the farm. As you can see, our fire from last night is still going. I know how to make a fire, apparently. And just keep checking on this. That's doing fine. But that's going to do it for today. Another productive day on the farm. Didn't get to harvest today, but can't have it all. But tomorrow I think we might get to it. I'm going to say we're going to get to it, I think. Put myself in a hole, digging it deeper. But I appreciate you guys watching as always. Hopefully the video was enjoyable for you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another day on the farm. But until then, have a good one.